Welcome everyone to Trend Micro Talks. I am your host, Erin Tomie, and today we're talking to Trend Micro's Solutions Architect Manager for our AWS Alliance, Fernando Cardoso. Fernando, how are you doing today?
Very, very good. How about you?
I'm doing great. I would love to start off with you sharing a bit about your role here at Trend Micro.
Sure. A little bit of my role. It's a pretty new role in Trend. We didn't have like this technical team very focused in alliances for a while. I think we starting creating this role like 2 years ago when I was doing by myself, and last year I was able to build this team to be focused in like helping the AWS team to understand more the technology from Trend Micro, but also how we can engage more with the AWS team across the board. Doing like immersion days that's been like a huge success for Trend Micro and our customers, bringing the knowledge of like the cloud security with AWS together and showing those organizations how they can increase their security layers and the cloud security posture on the overall like AWS infrastructure. This is one of the major areas from like my position today. I try to connect with like many people, marketing, BDMs, sales teams, right, solutions architect, and it's like a pretty what we call in Trend radio web like a role. You need to be connected with like many people to get that thing done and help those customers and our partner.
Well, Fernando, as you mentioned, I know this isn't the first role you've had at Trend Micro, and you've actually moved countries 3 times while working at Trend, working in Brazil, Canada, and the United States now. And you've also done a few longer projects, for example, spending over a month in Egypt. So I'd love to know what about your initial experience at Trend Micro, so in Brazil, what gave you the confidence to embark on such big adventures from that initial experience?
Um, Really hard question, right? To answer with like a few things, but basically, I have like always like this dream about like working outside in cybersecurity. And when I started working Trend Micro as a like a global organization, I started seeing the possibility of like be able to apply everything that I was learning on the cybersecurity side in Brazil to other countries and helping this like multicultural like knowledge to be brought to like US or to be brought to like different like locations across like our organization, right? Um, because this dream about like be able to work outside, when Trend Micro offered me the possibility right after I've completed my computer engineering in Brazil, I said like yes, for sure. I didn't think like for a second. I just like accept on the heartbeat, and the first thing that I did was calling my mom. It's like, oh, I just got this good news, and I don't know. I know you like would be missing me, but I need to jump in this new flight and try new things and see how that goes. And end up like I moved to New York first, and then Dallas, Toronto, back to Dallas, and yeah, and a couple additional things in the middle, but was pretty fun. But I think the culture in Trend helps us a lot doing this kind of like um, or actually trust a lot in doing this big change in life, right? Because when I was in Brazil, I was able to meet with like a lot of people working in the United States, Canada, Europe, and Japan. And when I moved to like to US, was like a seamless connection, right? Looks like I was like working the same place. I know it's a different like culture shock and all those kind of things, but I was very comfortable because I was in Trend as a family, right? Is the kind of like what we call trenders, right? Everybody in Trend knows these terms as a family member that you created with like the overall years that you work in at Trend Micro. And on that time, I think I was 4 years, and I was starting understanding. And now that like I turned recently 11 years in Trend, I fully understand this word well in my life and my work life too.
Yeah, it's interesting. So much of your story is similar to the experience I went through when I moved with Trend Micro from Canada to the US, right down to that initial call to mom where I know you're going to miss me, but this is something I want to do. It's super exciting. And yeah, I completely agree. I think obviously there's the initial, does this role make sense? Is this something I'm interested in? But pretty quickly, well, I know the people are going to be amazing. I know my team's going to support me anywhere I go because it is just one big family. And whether you're in the Ottawa family or the Toronto family or the Dallas family or the Brazil family, we're all connected, and there's just that seamless value of what it means to be a trender, and you know that you're going to find that no matter where you move.
Yeah, like I remember when I met you for the first time in Ottawa office. The way how we met people and the way how we connect with people, it is really unique, and we never know when we end up like working together again, right? I think this is one of the most uh, amazing things in trend. Like there is people that you never think you would be working with, but end up like in 2 or 3 years you change countries, the other person also change countries, and you starting working the same project together. And but never like you never think about that before, right? Trend makes like some dreams come true without you expecting.
Yeah, that's a great point. We met in Ottawa and now we both work in Dallas. And it's come together. But so the big question is, which has been your favorite place so far and why?
Oh my lord, yeah, it's hard to pick one. But my favorite city for sure. My wife cannot hear this one, but it's New York, right? I think I could move to New York back in a heartbeat. I love that city. I love the energy. Um, I believe it is the center of like any kind of like innovation in IT most of the times. I know it's not true in 100% of the times, but there's so much going on. There is so much innovation happening in New York that yeah, I could live in that city tomorrow if needed. You know.
Yeah, well, I won't tell your wife. I can't promise she won't see this, but we'll try and keep it quiet for now as much as we can. But Fernando, thank you so much for joining me here on Trend Micro Talks and sharing about your journey. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Take care.